Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode number 83. It is a Thursday, and a couple things that I wanted to touch on today. The title of today's show, Beware of Hobby Scammers. I tweeted out a little PSA yesterday. Have your alert heightened because you may see more scams and attempted scams in the hobby here over the next couple months. I'll dive deeper into that here in just a moment. But Brian, thank you for the large flat rate box. When I picked it up, it didn't feel heavy like a normal large a large flat rate box. Didn't feel as heavy as I thought. And I said, there's maybe 1,000, 1,500. And I was kind of underestimating because I hate saying, there's 3,000 cards and then I count 2,200. So I did the count. 2,320 Cubs cards arrived, and that box, today's Thursday, so that box came in on Tuesday. So an additional 2,320 Cubs cards added to the count this week. That puts the total to 504,928 Cubs cards. 504,928. No mail yesterday. But I should have a package on my doorstep today. My Ginter X box, Ginter X box is scheduled to be delivered today. My first time ripping Allen and Ginter X. Have not bought this product before, but I love Allen and Ginter. And I love these cards. When I get them in trades, it's always like, because I don't have too many of them in my Cubs collection. So it'll be exciting. I will rip these live tonight. So if you don't want to watch the presidential debate, I will be ripping my Ginter Xbox tonight here on my YouTube channel. That is, if it does, in fact, get delivered. The last couple days, the tracking does show Thursday delivery. So it's coming FedEx. They've been pretty accurate. So should be on my doorstep at some point today. So looking forward to that. And I just wanted to talk about hobby scams. Scams in general will start to increase here over the next couple months as we approach the holiday season. I know Jenny's with us this morning. What's happening? Zach is with us. Jenny was scooping some snow yesterday. Keep it in Minnesota. I don't want any of that. I do like a white Christmas. So if it can come the second week of December, I'll be cool with snow. But if it melts January 1st and we can get spring going by mid-January, I'm okay. But here as we approach the holidays, scams in general, there's an increase. Just be vigilant. There's always some accounts. I'm on Twitter most of the time, and there's always some accounts that whether they're fly by night, like all of a sudden their join date is September, August, new to the hobby, they're tweeting some random stuff. It's always kind of raises your eyebrows, like, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on this, make a mental note. And that's what I do oftentimes, whether it's usually it's with trades, just based on how the conversation goes. I don't trade with everybody. Sometimes it's just, sometimes set collectors, it's hard for me. My collection isn't excuse me, sorted by set. So it's hard for me to sort. It's very time consuming. So I will often turn down trades based on want lists, but also with conversations and how they go. If there's, if I'm kind of not feeling right about it, always go with your gut. If you feel your gut's telling you something, listen to it, because most of the time your gut is right. I've been wrong. There's been times where I've had kind of a weird feeling, but I was wrong and everything was on the up and up. But most of the time, I think your gut is an accurate assessment of a situation. Interesting topic. Just had an eBay buyer accuse me of not sending the card PWE even after I refunded them. They gave bad feedback. That sucks, and that happens. Fortunately, I haven't had too many of those instances. I have one negative feedback in the last 12 months, and it was from somebody. It was a 99 cents free shipping sale. 99 cents free shipping sale. They gave me negative feedback because they claimed I never sent it. But they never communicated with me. They just left negative feedback. And that's sometimes you just have to roll with it. It sucks. I hate it. Fortunately, it hasn't happened as much as I thought it may happen when I began selling PWE on eBay. So the numbers usually work out, and I have a better gauge on my PWE shipments now. Carl is he's a stamp collector, and so I've been buying pre-stamped envelopes with postage, and I can show you, and I've probably shown these off before, and these are Christmas stamps. So I get these 38 cents now. With I go to Costco for my bulk envelopes. An envelope plus 55 cents in stamps is 58 cents. So about 3 cents for the envelope, 58 cents. I'm paying 38 cents shipped for those. So I'm saving an additional 20 cents. So that is how I've been, saving a little money, and I've been able to keep track of how many PWE based on when I have to order another 500 box from Carl. And I've been ordering the 500 envelopes every 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks, I usually don't see any non-receipt claims, but I do see them on occasion. And the post office has been kind of wacky. So I think a part of it is just delayed shipments, but I'm probably receiving out of 1,000 PWE shipments on eBay, 1 out of 1,000 are claimed not to show up. And they do seem to come, and this is why I think it is part on the USPS, because they do seem to come in bunches where, I don't have a claim. And then all of a sudden I have, I can go 1,000 PWEs without a claim. And then all of a sudden, the next batch I have 3 or 4, and they all come within. So I think there is some issues with PWE and not with scammers trying to, get a free card by claiming it wasn't shipped based on tracking. Zach asks, what's your eBay handle? My eBay handle is 1 million Cubs, ONE million Cubs. Bo needs competition, and he is just too focused on Naismith money right now. I'll send you the link on Twitter. Post office has been wild. Did you see each postal worker had garbage cans full of undelivered mail like 2 weeks ago? Yes. And it seems like there's every few months, 6 months, a year, there seems to be like a big story. Like, it seems like New York is a hotbed for this. Like, this guy, they found 17 bags of undelivered mail dating back 20 years in his apartment. It's crazy how these come. And I can totally vouch for undelivered PWEs, and even packages. When we sent out our wedding invitations, we had, I think, three of our guests did not receive the wedding invitation. So we just had to resend them out. And, not to knock PWE, this happens with packages. I had a poster tube. Now, I can understand a PWE getting lost in the mail and, falling out, or, but a poster tube was lost not lost. It was sitting somewhere for a month in Chicago it was shipped out of here in Madison, went to Chicago, sat for a month, and then finally delivered to the state of Mississippi. It was like 5 weeks from the point of shipment to when my customer received it. He was awesome. I communicated with him the whole time. I opened up 2 claims for lost mail on USPS. did not get anywhere with that. He was cool. He didn't want money back. He just wanted the poster and said he was patient. He waited. He left positive feedback as soon as he got it. It was a great transaction, despite him having to wait 5 weeks. But communication is key. Zach says his neighbor is a postman, and he said the last 2 weeks have been crazy. Amazon Prime Day, a big factor. Yeah, and it's going to get crazier. I think especially with people shopping online this holiday season, you're going to see a lot more mail. I think we're going to see some heavy delays in November, and especially the first couple weeks in December with how many more people will be shopping online. And then sending gifts. I don't know, if people will be having large holiday celebrations. So, maybe it's smaller, giving gifts through the mail. So I think they're going to be, pretty heavy the next couple months. And that's why they raised the prices. I think this recent rise in postal, in the cost for shipping from USPS this past week went into effect last Sunday. I think that's a holiday season rate that went into effect. My sister already did her kid shopping for Christmas. Didn't want to risk not getting here in time. Yeah, I think it's going to be wild this holiday season. So I need to get running, but I just want to circle back. Beware of hobby scammers, especially trades with somebody that you don't know, or if you don't know anybody who's done business with them, just be very vigilant in trades. If you're buying on eBay, you're protected. I don't have any issues with eBay, although there's some instances you have to kind of there may be some red flags on what it is. Check the feedback. But Facebook groups this time of year, I would steer clear and be very, very careful buying from strangers on Facebook, especially in the hobby groups. They see a huge rise in November and December with scams, and can be a giant mess. That is it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll get that Ginter Xbox tonight. So at some point this evening, I will do a live break of Allen and Ginter X, probably after 7 p.m. Central, maybe 7:30-ish. I'll open that box live here on the YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in, Jenny, Zach. Thanks for chatting along, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great Thursday.